Morale was low. These guys didn't think anybody were supporting them. I wanted to let them know that it's okay to not be okay.
Talking to Randy Grimes, former center with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, now working with Border Patrol to help them and bolster them in their efforts and their work. You had certainly an interesting career, 10 years at center for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's almost from that you got involved with what Americans for Prosperity does regarding the border and these border trips, because you got, if I have it right, you got invited at the behest of Chief Clem, who is the border sector chief for the Yuma sector, because there had been a rash of suicides and a morale issue. What happened when Chief Clem gave you a call?
To hear directly from him that, morale was low. These guys didn't think anybody were supporting them. I was worried about what they were taking home to their families and what it was doing to their mental health. And I just saw it as a great opportunity to go out and, share my struggles with them and give them some hope. We do support them. There's a lot of people out there that supports what they're doing and what they're trying to do and what they can't do and all that. And I just wanted to be a part of it and offer my assistance in whatever capacity that might be.
And you had your story, 10 years in the NFL, the battles on the field, the pain, the pills to deal with the pain, and that led to you for an addiction. It's something that you write about in your book, Off Center, which is available at Amazon, wherever fine books are sold, I assume. And so was the topic relatable to them? Did they see in you somebody who understood the kind of fight and morale issues that they're having?
I think so. I'd been to those deep, dark places that depression takes you. Not that any of them were struggling with substance abuse, but you never know. Sometimes, we as a nation are quick to self-medicate a lot of our problems. And I wanted to jump on that in case that was happening anywhere. But I just wanted to share, what it was like to not have the uniform anymore. And, I call it transitional trauma. It was a success. The guys really related to it. They loved it. We've been back several different times, and it just resonates with them.
Talking to Randy Grimes, former football player with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, now counsels people regarding addiction. The name of your group, sir?
Sports Legends Supporting Border Heroes.
As you went down to the border, you saw what was happening. And for you, was that like, okay, I'm here to help them, but I just discovered that this is a bigger issue than I ever imagined?
Well, you just don't know until you see it with your own eyes. You see all the people lined up. You see the guys working hard. You hear about them being pulled out of the field and into the office. But until you see it firsthand, you just don't realize what a massive scale is going on down there as far as people and logistics and everything. And it blew my mind. Really, it still blows my mind. Every time I go to the border, I see something different that these guys are going through. And it amazes me that they can pull that off day in and day out.
While the subject of sex trafficking comes up very often, the idea of children coming up by themselves, it is the fentanyl conversation. And it's the idea that fentanyl is coming through the legal ports of entry as often gets discussed. But that doesn't mean it's coming through illegally. Your research, as you've been talking to these Border Patrol agents, is how bad is the problem?
I don't think we really know. We're in the middle of an epidemic that is taking an entire generation of kids away from us right now, right before our eyes, and we cannot stop it. There's so much fentanyl coming in, and it's, fentanyl is a one and done thing. You only get one chance at it. And if you get the wrong thing, then that's it. I always carry around tons and tons of Narcan. I've got probably 15 or 20 in my bag at all times, because you just never know when you're going to roll up on somebody who has accidentally taken that, what they thought was a Percocet, or that what they thought was a Xanax.
Have you ever used Narcan? Have you ever actually seen it?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I have. Yeah, it's a life-saving drug. And with fentanyl, sometimes it takes, whereas with heroin, it used to only take one or two Narcans to get somebody back. And with fentanyl, you never know. It could take 4, 5, 6. You just never know. I mean, it's such a dangerous drug, and it's just so cheap and so readily available, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
It seems radical that as a nation, we haven't come together to say, okay, on this, if anything else on the border, on this subject, we can stop the fentanyl coming in to the country, whether it's about who's coming across illegally, whether it's about changing those policies, changing those procedures, whether it's about issues with China, whatever the case may be. But it hasn't happened yet. Have you ever spoken to lawmakers and asked, what's the problem here? Why can't we get this done?
It's so hard to get their ear on that because they don't want to admit that there's a problem. It's almost like the cartels don't even really push the drugs anymore because they're so easy to get them into the country and get them into the hands of the people that they need to, that they focus all their attention on the human smuggling now. They're making more money in the human smuggling part of this. But the fentanyl is the one that's killing our young generation, and that's what we have to get a hold on. And there's no telling how much of that stuff is already out there in the country. We already know the overdose deaths is going to be a sky high number this year, and it's going to probably be a number that's been deflated when in fact it's going to be closer probably to 200,000 people.
So, a sports legend supporting Border Heroes. How did this organization come into existence?
That first meeting with Chief Clem out in Yuma, we didn't know at the time what we were going to do with it. We just knew we wanted to go out and support these guys in green, get men and women in green, and it just kind of evolved from there. That we needed to start going to all the sectors. We needed to get in front of as many of these guys and girls as we can, and let them know that we support them, that what they're doing is awesome, and that they're not alone out there. And of course, my message to them all was that it's okay to not be okay, but you got to ask for help.
Well, Randy Grimes, I appreciate taking the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.